Hi, Cancer. I got to take a quick drink because my throat chakra started to close up right as I started this video. So, last but certainly not least, I kind of feel like it wasn't on purpose that you guys were last, but then when I realized, oh man, Cancer's last, I recognized that I might have been teaching you a little bit of a lesson in patience, like we talked about a couple of months ago, because the energy is so ripe right now to be irritated and to be impatient and to want everything to fall into place like yesterday, that it may be a little rough. It may have been a rough time for you guys, but nobody commented on where your video was, so thank you for your patience. The first card out is the Seven of Cups. A lot of options. So much so that it's almost muddied. Like the water seems very, very muddy right now. And I think a lot of this has to do with where you're going and who you're bringing with you. And because everything that's happening in your house of finances is literally pushing you forward to do amazing things, like the trines that are going on, the just the fire energy that's happening, like that is in transit with the sun and Venus, and Mercury is going to be moving into Leo in a couple of days. So it's like, yes, there are so many options in front of you, but I guarantee you if you chose any one of them, you could succeed in any of it right now. 100% could succeed in whatever it is that you choose to do. So we have Justice, and here you are showing up, the Queen of Cups. So could be King. I know that there are men that watch this too. It's a general reading. If you want a personal reading, they are 20% off for the month of August. And I'm not traveling at the end of this month now, so I do have openings throughout August for readings. So check out my website for the 20% off. You could be dealing with a Libra energy, but I feel like more this is a balance issue for you guys. And because there's so many things that are in front of you for you to choose from or for you to do, it's almost as if you need to find that balance within yourself. I think that you're doing it. You are finding some balance, but you're also looking into your future in a way of like, who's coming with me, right? Three of Pentacles and the Three of Wands. Who's coming with me? And it's almost as if you're not waiting anymore. You're like, I am not going to wait for people to show up in my life. No shade, but I have never known a Cancer that does not hold a grudge. When somebody like shuts them out of their life, 100%, if somebody shuts them out of their life, that Cancer is like, even if something comes out of their mouth, like, no, it's okay, I totally understand, from the Cancer. Like if the Cancer says, no, it's okay, I totally understand, you won't hear from that Cancer again. Like it is something that it's almost like you guys can't help it. And it's not that you hold grudges on purpose. I think it's a protection mechanism. It is that shell, right? Like nobody can penetrate the shell. And Leo season is proving to be not necessarily difficult, but overwhelming. It's been very, very overwhelming for you guys. And I do appreciate your patience. It's not a bad reading. And that's the thing, is you guys don't have a bad reading that's happening here. And that's one of the reasons why it was okay that it took me so long to get to this position with you guys. I just had a lot going on. A lot going on. So, Seven of Cups. Let's see what all of these options are. Yeah. Whatever it is, you're going to have to take a risk on it. And I feel like you're in the mood to. You're like, let's do this. Let's do it. There's not even a second guess in it when it happens, when it comes to you. Trying to fit, and like I said, every single option that you have in front of you, no matter what you choose to do right now, it's going to come out in your favor. Okay? It will come out in your favor. Let's see what Justice is. Nine of Pentacles. And even if you feel like you've been doing things on your own for a very long time, I feel like this is going to change. If you look at the Justice card, she has the Wheel of Fortune just above her. So that's that energy shift. It's the karmic energy shift. And I know, like, it's so funny because you guys can be like, you know what? I am abundant all on my own. I don't need anybody else to survive. And that's great. And it's fine and fantastic and wonderful and yada, yada, yada. But you don't have to be on your own for long. And I feel like that's what the balancing of this is going to happen. Because even though you say you're fine on your own, there's just so much that you're doing. You're going to need a crew, right? That Three of Pentacles is saying you're going to be working together with other people. You're not only going to be the teacher, you're also going to be the student. Let's see what this Queen of Cups is. Some of you might be getting divorced and maybe on your own and having a lot of options because of that as well. That's just something that I'm hearing. So, Queen of Cups, yeah. And here's the thing is also through the self-love that you've been, the healing and the self-love that you've been giving to yourself, things are coming up roses. Things are so much better than they have been in the most recent past, right? So we have the Knight of Wands and the Ace of Cups. Here's the thing. If you're trying to decide who you're going to offer your love and affection to, because you're not entirely sure, there could be a fire sign, could be a Libra, could be an Aquarius or an Aries in your midst. I think that is a decision that you need to put on hold, because I feel like this is more business related than anything else. And maybe not put on hold, but I don't want you to drive yourself crazy trying to figure out, where am I going to offer my affections to? Once I fill up my own cup, who deserves my affections now? You know what I mean? So, but the other thing is that Ace of Cups really needs to be 100% full for you before you start to give it to anybody else, before you start to give your love and affection to anybody else. Let's see what the Three of Wands is. This is such a great reading. I'm so excited for you guys. Yeah, I feel like your waiting is going to be over. I don't feel like there's going to be much waiting for you, Cancer. I think you're getting everything. I think, and maybe not getting everything, but I think all of your hard work is really starting to pay off. Everything that you've been putting your time and efforts into, you're starting to show some really, like, the fruits of your labor. That Nine of Pentacles is real, So the world on the Three of Wands is saying the cycles that you've been going through when it comes to waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting are coming to an end this August. So more like in September, like towards the end of August and the beginning of September, there are probably going to be a lot of things flowing where you're going to have to get other people on board to help you with your stuff. You're not going to be able to do it on your own forever. So let's see what the Three of Pentacles. Yeah. And here's the thing is, if it feels like you're a little bit on pause right now, like you're the boss, right? I said that and some Cancers were like, hell yeah, I am. Like, I could actually hear you be like, yes, I am the boss. Whether that means at work or whether that means at home, doesn't matter. But that Emperor with the Hanged Man on the Three of Pentacles. Now, if you feel like you start getting stuck in things, like you're trying to control stuff, you guys are really, really good at that, at taking charge. When you're taking charge and you're trying to control stuff and all of a sudden you start to feel stuck and you don't know what direction to go in, remember that asking for help, yes, you can be the entrepreneur all you want, but like I said, you're not just the teacher anymore, you're also the student. Or you're not just the student anymore, you're also the teacher. You are playing a dual role now. It's not just about doing one thing in your life, it's about the climb and the growth, right? So, when you get to that point this month where you feel really stuck in the endeavor that you're taking or the road that you're taking, remember to just take it, like, kind of take a little detour and go in another way, look at things in a different perspective, and see that you're not really stuck at all. You just need to start guiding people in a different way, or going towards people in a different way, because you're recruiting people into your life, into your relationships, into work, all sorts of things. Now, there could be an earth sign or a Leo that feels a bit diminished right now around you. And it's almost as if, because you are radiating so much amazingness, that it's like the light is so bright that they have to put shades on to be around you. Your glow, like the glow up, is so big that they need to wear sunglasses around you. I want to say, I almost want to say that I feel like at one point you were giving more attention to this person than you were giving to yourself. And now that you've turned that, and now you're giving attention to yourself, this person is like, what? I don't understand. So that kind of makes me want to say, don't stop giving attention to yourself just because somebody else feels a little bit left out. If they are of value and assistance in your life, by all means. But if they're just whiny, they need to grow up. I'm just saying. Be careful with your money. I know that you're trying to make decisions when it comes to your money, and you might feel a little bit blocked, but it is going to flow in, okay? So I have the 4 of Pentacles and the 2 of Wands and the 9 of Wands. It's like, I'm really, really tired of having to fight to get my gains. And here's the thing, Cancer, is you don't have to fight. Energy flows where energy goes. So if your energy is going to anxiety and stress and feeling like you have to hold on to all of your coins because you're never going to get any more, right? Because you're afraid that you're not going to make more money, you hold on to all of it. You're not going to see this 10 of Pentacles. And that's what this 2 of Swords is saying. And the 3 of Swords is saying that the more you hold on to something that you feel like you have to hold on to because you're going to lose it, you're going to lose grasps of it, you're going to lose your grasp on it. The harder you hold on to it, the more it's going to fall away. It's just the law of attraction. So instead, what you want to do is say things like, remind yourself on a regular basis, I get back in money what I put out in energy. I get back in energy what I put out in energy. I get back in money what I put out in money. I get back in love what I put out in love. Right? So when you're reminding yourself that on a regular basis, here's the thing. If you have been hurt, I almost feel like this 3 of Swords is in the past. I don't feel like this, well, no, I don't know. This 3 of Swords is in the past, but it's coming up again, and it has to do surrounding your home and your stability. The reason why it's coming up again is because it wasn't 100% resolved. This is what happens when we have karmic lessons that we don't resolve 100% with other people or ourselves. They continue to come back over and over and over again. So towards the end of August, going into September, if there's a lesson around your stability or money that's showing up, and it's really, really a painful process to see, you have to understand that ignoring it is going to make it worse. But if you push forward and you allow yourself to see everything in a different perspective, it's kind of amazing how things start to show up, how things start to come together when you show up for yourself and when you check in with yourself and start to learn those lessons. They may be really, really difficult lessons. I feel like there's a lot of lessons when it comes to the home and the value of it for you. Now, if this is you having to leave a home, that could be really, really painful for you. But honestly, I feel like the universe is trying to shine some new stability onto you. Ace of Pentacles, the Star, and the Four of Wands. But you have to leave the old stuff behind where you were begging for everything. If you have been in a situation, Page of Cups and Five of Pentacles, where you feel like you're not good enough, you're not getting enough, you are constantly always working really, really hard for everybody else and not enough for yourself, the universe is trying to move you into a more stable position because the universe has a better idea of where you're supposed to be. But if you're hanging on to the old because you're afraid of what the new is going to look like, look at this. This is the old, this is the new. The new is stable and grounded, could be with an Aquarius. The old is wrinkly and not fun at all. Don't stay in a situation that you're miserable in just because you want to be loyal or because you love them. Love does not equal respect. Remember that. Sometimes people can very much disrespect you even if they say they love you. Okay? Be very discerning this month. And open yourselves up. Don't hold on to old patterns. Don't hold on to old ways of doing things. The old is gone. It's all played out. The old is played out. All of the new is coming. Just remember, and I think I'm going to call the video this, energy goes where energy flows. Energy flows where energy goes. Maybe not. I don't know. Haven't decided. But I love you guys. There's so much opening up for you. And as long as you remember that when the old lessons come back again, when the lessons keep coming back over and over and over again, if you just learn the lesson and you move on and you do something different than you did last time, right? You know, when you're sitting there and you're like, didn't I do this last year? And if you did the same thing last year and it might have been with the same person, you're just kind of in a different place a little bit, but it still feels very much deja vu-ish because you're like, wait a second, didn't I do this last year? You're learning a lesson all over again. You need to complete a cycle so you can move on and you can push forward. I did that for a couple of years and I kept saying, wow, this timing is exactly the same as it was last year. It's because I refused to move on. I was too afraid to move on. And once I moved on and I allowed myself to do things differently, everything changed. It was amazing. So I love you guys. Thanks for your patience. Readings are 20% off. Necklaces, sterling silver, handmade sterling silver spiral pendants with the crystals inside. I'm wearing a red calcite one, which is amazing for soothing emotions, and the red calcite helps with blockages when it comes to your root chakra. Stability, guys. Root chakra, stability. So it helps to remove blockages from whatever chakra is with the stone. The red calcite equals root chakra. These will be restocked this weekend. I do have a couple left on the website right now, but they will be restocked this weekend. And that's it. I love you guys so much. Have a wonderful August. I will see you for the love readings. Bye.